In the movie Tenet, people can travel through time in reverse with a machine. They call it inversion. Like any time travel movie, if you pick apart the logic, you find inconsistencies and things that don't make complete logical sense. Regardless, Tenet is one of the most refreshing time travel movies to come out in a long time. So who exactly is the main villain or villains of Tenet? It may seem that Sadar is the main villain of the story, however, he is simply a tool of the actual villain group of Tenet. That is, the humans in the future itself. To understand this and the motivations of this mysterious group, let's first dive into Sadar and his motivations. Sadar is a person completely motivated by being selfish. He won't let his wife go because if he can't have her, no one can. He is dying of cancer, and if he can't have life, then no one can. This need to want and not let anyone else have what he can't is all that motivates him. I believe this is why the future humans chose him. They knew they could use him as a tool. Since his teen years in 1989, the future has been contacting him by sending objects in reverse for him to find. This is how he has been able to build the machine that does time inversion. The goal of this future group is for him to set off a device that can reverse time in general. This would cause all of time to reverse until humans and life itself is no more. Why would a group in the future want this? The answer lies in what Sadar says towards the end of the film to the protagonist. While he is talking, he states that Armageddon is both triggered and avoided when referring to reversing time in general. He clarifies this more by stating that the future's oceans froze and the rivers dried up, and they had no choice but to turn back. We were responsible, when referring to our current generation. There is no future for the people alive in the future because the earth has been destroyed and polluted by humans. They are on the verge of extinction. I do believe the only logical explanation of their motives is to reverse time to a point that the earth is not a wasteland, perhaps even to before humans existed. Most likely a select amount of humans will use the time travel technology to keep themselves moving forward in time. Thus they could live in this state for years or even generations while the world around them moves backwards in time, healing itself. At some point they would use the same machine that reversed time in general to put it back in its normal flow. This would then allow the human race to restart itself. They would cause Armageddon, but then avoid Armageddon in the future. I do believe this is their main goal, and they may believe that it is the only way to save the human race from complete extinction. Since the protagonist of the story does stop this from happening, we know that the future is set. A few generations away could be the last generations of humans to live on planet Earth before dying off. Does this mean that stopping the future group dooms the human race to extinction? It is something interesting to think about. Perhaps all the protagonist is doing is just kicking the can down the road for the end of the human race. The movie seems to get the point across that time is set and you cannot change it. We are simply just going through the motions of what has already happened. Even if this is true, the future humans seem to still be trying to change it. It would be interesting to find out more about this future group. Are they doing all of this out of desperation or evil intentions? It is not made completely clear, but please let me know your thoughts on this subject. Thanks a lot, have a great day.